Hi, I'm here to explain why doing a consonant warm-up is really important for everyday life. Number one, we need to be able to speak clearly. We talk on the phone with people, we're in Zoom meetings, and a lot of times when we're writing, we're hearing our voices in our head, and the more that you're able to get to know how sounds are made in your mouth, it actually enhances your grasp of language. So you become a better writer. So when you get clear with how you articulate words, you get clear on what your message is. So clarity is the first reason why you should do a consonant warm-up every day. Now, this doesn't have to take very long. It could be something you do while driving to the supermarket. It could be something you do in the shower, but you do want to do it intentionally. Don't do it in a place where you need to pay attention to what you're doing. Do it, when you're at a traffic light, for example. Now, number two reason why you should do a consonant warm-up every day is that it enhances the connection between your breathing and your thinking. Many times we hold our breath without even knowing it. And so doing a consonant warm-up every day gets you in touch with what sounds are plosive, meaning there's an obstruction to the breath, and then a release. What sounds are fricative, meaning there's just a slight obstruction. And then we even have vowel-like consonants, which have no obstruction at all. Woo, woo, woo. And getting to know how our breath relates with these sounds can help increase the fluidity in our speech. And then number three, consonant warm-ups every day are an act of mindfulness. You want to feel what's happening in that contact point where the tip of the tongue, the blade of the tongue, or maybe it's the dorsum of the tongue is making contact with some surface in the mouth or the teeth or the lips, or maybe it's just the lips coming together and the tongue is uninvolved. But being aware of how speech is happening in your mouth is an act of mindfulness, which is slowing you down, keeping you present in the here and the now. So let's do just a short consonant warm-up so that you can feel what it is like to have clarity, a connection with breath and thought, and mindfulness. So we're going to start by tapping the sounds, starting with the lips, and then we'll go to the tip of the tongue, to the upper gum ridge, also known as the alveolar ridge, and then the back of the tongue, we're going to call that the back of the dorsum, to the soft palate, the velar area. Okay. B, 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 b. So you're feeling a little explosion of breath there with a sounded B. B, b, b. So now it's not b, 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 b. Remember, we're practicing mindfulness. So be mindful of having a quality B, however you feel that in your own language and idiolect, every time you feel it. B, 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 b. And then you can find the rhythm within the sound. Now let's do the same action, but make it unvoiced. And there you have a P. Now let's move to the tip of the tongue, or maybe you feel it as the blade of the tongue on that alveolar ridge. D, 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 d. And you are feeling a D. D, 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 d. Let that contact point be unique to your culture, your idiolect, but feel that connection between the tip or blade of the tongue and that upper gum ridge, or maybe it's that post alveolar ridge. D, 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 d. And you can play with pitch. D, 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 d. And then let's make it unvoiced, but keep the same action. And you have a T. Now we're going to move our awareness to the back of the oral cavity. G, 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 g. And you're feeling a G. Now a little tip here to keep yourself from feeling like you're swallowing your tongue is feel that forward movement of the lips and cheeks, just a bit. G, 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 g. And you'll feel the sound moving more forward when you do that. Now keep the same action, but make it unvoiced. And there's the K. Now let's put these together. Let's feel a G to a D. Good, 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 good. As in the word bagged, bagged. Now let's feel the unvoiced version, the K to the T. Good, 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 good. As in act, act. Now let's feel the B to the D. Bd, 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 bd. As in stabbed, stabbed. And now we'll feel a P to a T. Bd, 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 bd. As in apt, apt. So you begin to feel the musicality of these plosive consonants when you're working mindfully, keeping an awareness of how the breath and the thought work together, and clarifying your connection to these sounds. So these are just the plosive sounds. There are many other consonant sounds that you can explore in this way. You can explore the clarity of an M, as in mom, ham. You can explore the N, as in none, as in N. And now let's feel the back of the oral cavity for an NG. As in sing, sing, or hang. And maybe now you're noticing that you are acutely aware of all of these spaces inside the mouth. You have so many opportunities for expressive clarity and dynamics. It's actually really exciting. And so I encourage you to play with consonants. Tap, make music, hum. Don't just hum with an M. You can hum on any sustainable consonant. As in the word garage, or as in soothe. The more that you hum on different sustainable consonants, the more agility you'll have with these sounds. You'll be able to get to them very quickly and find an efficiency in your communication. So I hope that this gave you some ideas on how you can practice mindfulness through your articulation and consonant warm-ups, how practicing these sounds mindfully can help sync up your breathing with your thinking so you continue to breathe optimally. And lastly, get clearer with your speech. Leave a comment below on what you think of this, subscribe to my channel, and share this with anyone who you think could find some value in it. Thanks.